Hello, and thank you for joining me for this talk. So, I'm going to talk about a situation that, it started, I'm going to say late 30s, early 40s. But what happened is I've always liked going to concerts. I really like rock and roll, Spanish rock mostly. And the very first time that this happened to me, I was at a Café Tacuba concert at the Fox Theater here in Pomona. And I was there with my cousins, and we were happy listening to the music, and we were jumping like you do in rock concerts. And all of a sudden, I felt this like a little leak, and I'm all like, okay, well, go to the bathroom um, when the concert finishes, because of course I wasn't gonna leave the concert to go to the bathroom, you know. So I stayed, and I had my fun, and then we stopped at the restroom, and I was wet. I was wearing light blue jeans, so you could see the wet, but it wasn't that bad. It was just, between my legs, and I just said, let's just go to, home. And my house was the closest, so we just had to drive here. Whatever, I thought, well, this is age coming, and it happens to everyone. And I lived like that for a while, and then we went to Rocky Point and Mexico, again with my family. We're a family group. We like traveling together. And when I did that, we were in the water, we ate, we everything, and then there in the corner of our hotel was down the street in the corner. A place called the Jungle Bar. It's like the coolest place if you guys ever go there. It's like outside, it's on the sand, on the beach, and they have this stage up on the top where the rock bands, and it's not like a known rock band, it's just them doing other people's music. But they started playing music that I liked, and we started dancing and jumping, and we were there with my cousin, and then I feel, but it wasn't like a Café Tacuba concert. That was just like a little bit. This was like a full on, I felt it running, maybe because I was wearing a dress, maybe, but I full on felt it running down my legs. And then I told my cousin, I said, dude, I think I'm peeing myself. And she goes, well, let's go to the bathroom. I go, no. Like, yeah, I'm bad like that. I go, no, I'm going to listen to the music. When it's done, then we'll go to the bathroom. Well, it was completely, thank goodness I was wearing a dress, because there was, didn't show. But it was all over the place. But there was sand, so, Anyway, again, I just thought, well, I'm never going to be able to jump again. And, I have kids, so I didn't go to concerts as much. I wasn't doing a lot of jumping. And so it was fine. Because it didn't happen all the time. It usually happened when I was having fun, dancing, jumping. And so I just lived like that. And then I started about a year ago. I started doing exercise with my sister. She's a beach body coach, which I might join this year, because I really enjoy it, and it's helped me a lot. So I like to give back and help other people be helped with this program. Anyway, another story. I'll tell you about that some other day. But anyway, so getting back to my story, I start doing the exercises, and it's exercise, so you jump. And I love cardio. Cardio is one of my favorites, because I sweat, and when I sweat, I feel that I'm actually working my body, because there's a lot of exercises where you do weights and you don't sweat, but you probably work your body more with the weights. Anyhow, I like sweating because then it shows that I worked and I feel like I worked and I can breathe better and everything. Anyway, so I started when I did cardio and did a little jumping, or even when I wasn't doing cardio but there was a little bit of jumping, I started like leaking, like, and it was embarrassing and horrible. And I told my sister, and she goes, well, then modify. And I go, I don't want to modify. I like the jumping. That's the part that I like. And it makes me sweat. And it makes me sweat everywhere. So, anyhow, I just kept jumping because I thought, well, I'm going to sweat. I'm going to take a shower right after this. So, who cares? And so I was doing it for a year. It was a year in June of this past year. And then I started with another friend, my husband's family, that I love dearly. And I wanted to back her up. She joined my sister's group. But she joined because, I told her, hey, you should join because this is really good. And so she joined, and I started doing programs that I had already done. 80-Day Obsession was one of them, and it does a lot of jumping. So we did it together, and the cardio came when we had to do cardio, and I just went through it, and I didn't be myself. And I was like amazed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm jumping and I'm not peeing on myself. I don't know what's going on. And so I called my sister and said, dude, I jumped and I'm good. Nothing's happening. And then she told me, well, it's the exercise that you're doing because it contracts your pelvic floor anytime you do any kind of ab work and stuff like that. So without knowing, just by exercising, I was able to figure that out. Because another thing that I want to tell you is that I did go to the doctor. I didn't just let it go like I said I did. I went to a couple, I tried to do a physical during my birthday time every year. So I just know that I'm good. And every year I would ask, hey, so, I have this little problem. And they said Kegels. Do Kegels. And Kegels is like kind of the best way to explain it is if you go to the bathroom and you like stop your pee when you're peeing, before you're finished, and then let it go and then stop. And then like you pull up a little bit. So it's a little like your bottom belly and your pelvic floor like pushing up a little so it doesn't let the pee go, and then you let go, and then up, and then go, and then up, and then go. So it's I can't show you that, but that's what you would be doing, and that helps a lot. But I did do that, but I didn't do it consistently. But as I was doing it, it helped a little, but I wasn't jumping all the time, so I didn't notice if it worked or not, and then I would just let it go until the next time that I had the little leaks, and then I go, oh, Kegels. Well, now because of me being better, and my sister pointed out that it was the exercises, so I researched and looked for a couple exercises that have helped me, that I've done during my course of this program that I'm following, and there are 5 that I found that are good for this, and one of them is of course the Kegels, and now I'm going to show you the other 4, and my little daughter is going to come and help me record myself so you guys can see, but let me call her over, and here she comes. So I'm going to be right here, and I'm going to show you what they are. Okay. You turn it around so you could see that you're seeing me. But anyway, it's Kegels, and then it's squats. And the squats are, the squats are going to be, you squat, and you make sure that the knees are like behind your toes, and you squat like if you're going to the bathroom, and then you do, just a couple of squats, not a couple, do like 10, and yeah, and then just make sure, and then also like if you do them frontwards, you don't go in, don't go out, go, just keep them straight about hip wide width, and then just sit and up and sit. And also if you push up your tush, it helps you with your butt too, but this helps your pelvic area because you're contracting, your pelvic area and your stomach. And then the second one, or the third one, would be bridges. And the bridges are like this. You put yourself down, and then you put your hands down like this, and then you lift, and you only have to do, like 10 a day, and it doesn't take that long. But as you do this again, you contract this part, and as you're contracting your buttocks, you're also contracting the pelvic area, so it helps. And then the fourth one would be the split table. Okay, this is almost the same. So you go like this, you split, you put your legs like a table, and then you're gonna open and close. And as you close, you're gonna like contract your pelvic area again, and like when you're doing your kegels. But this helps you, and so make sure like this area right here, just press it when you press. So you go, and so when you're contracting up, that's when you're maybe making your pelvic floor strong. And the last one, which I enjoy a lot, we do them all the time in Beachbody, but it's the bird dog. And so on bird dog, you go straight like this, tabletop again, and you do your right hand and your left foot, and you just stretch them, and then you do the other side and stretch, and just you contracting again your abdomen makes you contract your pelvic area too, and this is what helps you make your pelvic floor stronger. So thank you for listening to me, and if you enjoyed this, give me a little thumbs up, and then I'll give you another show or another talk next time or soon. Thank you. Bye.